Listen to the rules and procedures that will follow for tonight's meeting.
Good evening, and welcome to tonight's meeting of the Town of Babylon Zoning Board of Appeals. The following is the procedure that will be followed tonight. The matters will be called in the order they appear on the calendar, with adjourned matters being called at the end of the regularly scheduled matters. Matters cannot be heard prior to their published scheduled time. When your matter is called, please submit the affidavit of posting to the secretary and proceed to the podium and give your name and address. The chairperson will then swear you in and read into the record information we have from your application, comments from various town departments, and any correspondence received on your application. The chairperson will then ask you to make whatever presentation you wish to make to the board. After you have made your presentation, the board will ask whatever questions the board deems appropriate, and then we will ask for comments from the public. If you wish to speak for or against an application, we ask that you wait until you're acknowledged. Come forward, give us your name and address, tell us where your property is in relation to the property that's in question tonight, and then please direct your comments to the board, not the applicant or the applicant's representative. We have to keep a record, and we cannot do that if there are people talking over each other or cross conversations. If someone has spoken for or against an application, and they have said exactly the same thing that you wish to say, it will have the same force and effect in the record if you give your name and address, are sworn in, and say that you join in those comments. If you have anything additional to say, please don't hesitate to do so, but keep in mind that you will be given only one opportunity to speak. After the public has spoken, the board may ask the applicant to come back to answer any questions that may have come up as a result of the public comments, or for the applicant to summarize. When the applicant comes back to answer any additional questions, if that happens, that does not start a second round of public comments. Once the matter has been heard, various things may occur. The board may decide the application immediately. It may reserve decision. If the board reserves decision, that does not mean the matter is approved or denied. It just means that the board needs more time to decide, may want to go out and look at the site again, or might want to review the documents and testimony further before making a decision. In either event, the applicant will receive the board's decision in writing shortly after the board makes its decision. If the application is approved, that does not mean that you can then go ahead and start construction, or whatever it is that you requested from the board. You will have to wait for the building permit to be obtained from the building department before your go-ahead. On some occasions, the matter may be continued for another night. If it is continued, in most cases it will be for the submission of documents, a new survey, new plans, or something of that nature. If that's the case, no one needs to come back on the new date. The documents will be submitted and no further testimony will be taken. On rare occasions, a matter may be continued for future testimony. If that's the case, then people would have to come back to testify. If matters are adjourned at an open meeting on the scheduled date of hearing, no further notice need be given unless specifically required by the board on the date the adjournment is granted. 3 rules that may affect your ability to proceed tonight. 1. If the sign was not posted for 10 days, we cannot hold the hearing tonight. 2. If you commence this proceeding while you own the property, but no longer own the property, and you are here now to continue with the application, you will need either the written consent of the new owner or the new owner to be present for the hearing. This situation could come about if you sold your house or building, money was held in escrow at closing for a certificate of occupancy or permit, and you're here tonight to clear that up. Lastly, if your application is a commercial application, and it's other than a renewal, and there is more than one tenant in the building, then you need your landlord to be here. Is there any applicant that has any difficulty with those situations and would need an adjournment tonight?
Is there anyone that would need an adjournment? Please rise and join the board in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you just came in, there are planning memos up on the front desk that you should pick up. If you're an applicant, there are memos up here that you should pick up before your application is called. Okay, also, we have an adjournment on our calendar. It's application 23-148, property located in West Babylon on 15th Street. Is there anybody here on that application? It is being adjourned to October the 19th. First application tonight is application 23-155 of Amy Erickson, property located in Lindenhurst. Oh, it was West Bab? Oh, sorry. You're off the hook. Name and address for the record.
Rachel Erickson. Rachel Erickson,
Okay, I'm sorry. Address?
95 Golding Avenue, West Babylon, 11704.
Okay, we just need it for the record. Do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, for the record, we have a planning division memo dated September 21st, 2023, environmental control memo dated September 26, 2023. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. A survey by William Holgan dated October 17th, 2022, tax map acting as an area map, and
Chairman, we have 5 photographs.
would you like to tell us about?
That's my mom. I'm her daughter.
What would you like to tell us about the application?
Yeah, I just had put in an application for a rental permit, which kind of spiraled, and they told me things that weren't to code within the house, which was including a shed, which was too close to my property line, and my cellar entrance was, I think, just a couple of feet too short from the property line as well.
Yeah, it's 40, it's supposed to be 40, it's only 17.5. Okay, so the need for the cellar entrance?
We're using the basement for storage. I don't have a lot of space upstairs where my basement door is. It's in a hallway, so you can't really get in and out. If I have anything heavier, bigger than this to carry down, I really can't, and I just don't have the funds to fill it back in as well.
So you bought the house with that cellar entrance like that?
No, we had put the cellar entrance
You put
in.
the cellar entrance in?
Yeah,
Okay. Did you have a contractor to put it in when you did it, or?
yes.
And they didn't tell you needed a permit or anything?
No, originally when I had bought the house, I had checked with the town, and they told me that it's the first time that we've bought a house, so I'm kind of new to this. They had said that there was a CO for a cellar entrance to my house. Later, we found out that it was actually a CO, somehow went to my house, but it was somebody else's. So I just didn't understand, I guess, how that works. I didn't know that you needed to get an actual permit and do whatever. I thought that I could just put it in.
So is there any chance you can move that shed to a conforming location? It's at 1.2 now to 2 feet, or?
I'm by myself. It's just me and my mom. My dad and my sister are both disabled, so it would be extremely difficult.
What's the shed made of? Is it like
I think it's just wood.
wood?
Yeah, it was pre-existing when I bought the house.
Okay. Would you agree, if we were to approve the application, that the basement only be used for storage?
Yeah, that's what the application is for.
Okay. And if the shed were ever to be taken down, it would be rebuilt in a forming location? If it came in disrepair, you would put it in a conforming location?
That's not a problem.
Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
So this is a rental permit for a single-family absentee rental, correct? Or you're gonna
What is
be-
absentee?
Are you gonna be
I'm gonna
living
be
there?
renting the
You're
house.
gonna be living there?
Yes,
Or you're renting from,
I'm renting from my mom.
oh, okay, all right. So there's no future plans for an accessory apartment or anything
No,
downstairs?
it's just for
only
myself.
storage?
I have subsidized rent, so the house is for me and my sister. I'm taking care of my disabled sister, so it will just be us in the house.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from the board?
Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. We good? I'll make a motion to approve application 23-155 with the condition on the face of the CO that the basement only be used as storage, and if the shed were ever to be in disrepair and taken down, it be rebuilt in a conforming location.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Next application is application 23-150 of Jolina Rosado Reyes and Rafael Rodriguez, a lot of R's in there, property located in West Babylon.
Good afternoon. My name is William Rodriguez. I'm his cousin, and he doesn't speak a lot of English, so I'm here representing him.
I need name and address from,
191 Silver Street,
okay,
West Babylon.
okay. And then,
Nombre, apellido, y la dirección de la casa.
Oh, Rafael Rodriguez, 191 Silver Street, West Babylon.
okay.
And my name is William Rodriguez. I actually did all the floor plans for the house for Rodriguez Drafting. Oh, my address, I'm sorry. 66 William Street in Copic, just like my name.
Confirm to tell the truth, correct?
Yes, I swear to tell the truth.
It's okay. For the record, we have a planning division memo dated September 21st, 2023, environmental control memo dated September 26, 2023. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. A survey by Lawrence Michael Haynes dated May 30th, 2023. Tax map acting as an area map. And,
We have 6 pictures, Mr. Chairman.
okay.
I have some documentation here that
If you want to hand that up, we'll make it part of the record. Okay, what would you like to tell us about the application?
originally there was a complaint, I suppose, on the property that he was building a studio in what was the garage. And while we started dealing with that, it turned out that apparently there was an open issue that was not caught during the title search with a supposedly kitchen in the basement. That led to also finding out that there was no CO for the seller interest to the outside, and that the deck didn't have a permit. That was to begin with. As we submitted all the drawings for that and all the proper documentation, we were told that driveway didn't have a permit either, and that the portico did not have a permit. So what, turned out as a small application turned out to be a big ordeal for my cousin and client as a first property owner. Just for the record, the house on the driveway and the portico, that picture that's shown there was taken in 2012. And as you can see, the portico is there and also the driveway. And the house has been sold twice since then, and it has not been caught. As far as I can see in satellite pictures, the deck and also the cellar entry has been there for a very long time as well. Obviously, from Google, you can't tell whether or not the kitchen was there. And also, there are, on the paperwork that I just submitted, there are many properties down that street that have the same exact type of driveway. As a matter of fact, if you were to move a little bit over to the right, that one right there, no, move over one more, to another one, the next one, that one. That particular driveway is so big that they actually go from fence to fence to probably fit, I'm guessing, 10 cars. So it's rather confusing why he's having so many issues with the getting the driveway passed, especially since it's been there for so long. I understand that, you know, you buy a house and you automatically inherit all the issues there are with the house, whether you did them or not. But in this particular case, it's been there for over 10 years.
So, did he have counsel when he purchased the house?
Usted tiene abogado, ¿verdad que sí?
Sí.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was not caught during the title search. We even told him to call his attorney, and supposedly he did run a title search. I'm not an attorney, so I have no leg to stand on to argue with an attorney. But he said he did, and supposedly nothing was found. But it is obvious, I'm sure you guys can find out whether or not there was an open issue with the kitchen. But he says nothing was found during the title search.
So, is there or was there a basement apartment
As far as we know, there's never been an apartment. It's a finished basement
since he's owned it?
since he's owned it.
There hasn't been anything.
No.
And what was the garage conversion for? I know you mentioned that earlier, but
He wanted to make it a studio.
I make a room for my daughter.
Yeah, studio room for his daughter.
Studio apartment?
No, it's, I don't know, I guess we call it a studio because it has, a bedroom and it has this little area with a bathroom.
That's it.
There's free flow from the house. There's, it's just another part of the house.
There's no separate entrance for that area of the home.
There is an entrance there which was existing to the garage, and it remains
From the outside.
from the outside, from the back of the house.
So for the garage, you have the garage door, and there's also a door on the outside to enter.
The garage door is no longer working. There's the entrance in the back of the house that comes into the garage, which was there from whenever the house was built or whenever they did it. And then there's an entrance that goes into what I believe is the family room or the living room to enter from inside the house.
Into the main portion of the house.
Yes.
So there's an internal door and an external door.
Yes, sir. No.
Is there a kitchen in the basement now?
No.
No.
Was there a kitchen when you guys bought the house?
No.
So there was never a kitchen that you know of?
Not that we know. There was no traces of anything in either.
bathroom?
There is a bathroom, yes.
It's a bathroom, yeah.
Three-piece?
Yes. In a rather odd location of the basement, if I may add, but whatever. I've seen a lot of houses. That was a interesting spot to put it.
So the portico has been there since you bought the house also. Would you agree to a condition, if we were to approve this application, that the portico not be enclosed?
Yes, que si usted estuviera de acuerdo de que si él aprueba el pórtico, la entradita, que usted nunca la va a cerrar por los lados o en el frente.
No, si no hay problema, ¿para qué hay que cerrarlo?
Okay. Yes, he agrees he will never close it.
And you did mention that about another house that has a very large driveway also. Do you know if that driveway has approval from this board?
I do not.
Okay.
There, on the documentation that I submitted, there's, I believe, 6 or 8 different houses down that street. On that particular picture that the gentleman is looking at, Mr. John, I believe, it shows 4 different houses, I believe. They have, so the one in
Do you know if
red,
any of them were approved by this board? And any of those houses?
I do not. And I don't want to cause any trouble for them either, but it's obvious that there's, right here in this picture, there's more down that street, but on the picture you can see 4 houses, or 3 other houses aside from my clients. The 2 in green are somewhat normal size to his, but the one in yellow, it's, as you can see, it's relatively larger than the one at 191 Silver Street.
Okay, so You've looked at the planning comments. Obviously, probably our biggest concern here is the amount of driveway space in the front. Is there anything we can do about that?
Not really, and also I don't understand how they say it's 99, what is it? 99.37%, when right there you can see that there's a big portion of planters right in front of the house, and there's another big section attached to the house. And then on top of that, you have a little bit of grass on the two sides. So I'm not a mathematician, but I don't think that adds up to 99%.
Well,
Calculation was based on the plan about how much square footage, the plan you submitted labeled how much square footage your driveway was. And just as is noted in the memo, for your knowledge, part of this front landscaping is in the town's right of way. The road was widened, so part of this is technically in the town's right of way for the street.
But that was also put there before he purchased the house. You know, we had no control of that. Or he had,
What year did you purchase the house?
What's that?
last
What
year.
year?
And
Almost 2 years.
in December 23rd, 2021. And also for the record, the house was sold in April 19th of 2021, prior than him buying it. And I erases the prices, but it looks like that person in the price difference did a lot of work in the house. I'm sure if you go on Zillow, you can see the price difference. So if I had to guess, a lot of the renovations were done during that time.
And the bank held a mortgage on this property and didn't do the research on the CO and his survey?
El banco usted tiene un banco, ¿verdad que sí? Okay. Y por lo que usted sepa, el banco hizo su diligencia de averiguar que todo estuviera bien con la casa.
Eso no puedo decirlo, no sé, la verdad.
He doesn't know.
Yes, I know.
Do you have a mortgage?
We have mortgage, yeah.
Yeah.
We
The
have
answer is
mortgage.
yes.
okay, so you're testifying that you would rather keep the driveway as is.
He's not a rich person like most people in our neighborhoods. And he's still wearing his work clothes right now because he came out of work to come here. He's going back to work.
I'll come back to work.
He just can't afford it. That's the plain truth. As it is, he had to borrow money to deal with all the other stuff that's been going on with the house. I think all of us, or most of us, own houses and know that redoing that driveway is not going to be cheap.
The renovation on the garage is already done to do the studio or? that's
Yes, all they
that's
did was put sheetrock on it.
That's all completed?
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's an expense also, I guess.
Agree. But, you know, he did it so to have a place for his daughter.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, the house is not, it has a big property, but the house itself is not that big.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. We're going to close the hearing. We're going to reserve decision. You'll get the decision in the mail.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Excuse me. Can he take off the sign or not yet?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the sign for this, yes.
Yes, thank you.
Next application is application 23-138 of Pasquale Cementilli, property located in Deer Park. Name and address for the record, please.
Pasquale Cementelli, 245 Oakland Avenue, Deer Park.
Okay, and do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
For the record, we have a Planning Division memo dated September 21st, 2023. Environmental Control memo dated September 26, 2023. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. A survey by Michael Scalise dated May 17, 2023. Tax map acting as an area map. And
Chairman's 14 photographs.
would you like to tell us about the application?
I'd like to maintain what I have there now, obviously. I've been a lifelong resident in the town, many years. I take pride in my property, and I'd just like to maintain what I have now. Basically, what I use that for is storage. And like I said, I just would like to maintain what's there.
Okay, turn the hearing over to Mr. Correcchia.
How long do you own the house?
I bought the house 2008.
2008. And how long has the garage been there?
It's probably been there.
Did you buy the house with the garage there?
No, there was no garage there.
Okay.
Garage probably been there about 10 years, at least 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
So there was a contractor that built the garage?
It's one of those kits that you buy
They drop it down
and you
on it.
put it together.
So there was no permit or anything
No.
at the time? Okay. So it's not anchored to the ground or anything? It's one of that they just,
It's on,
slab?
they're on, it's not on a slab, it's on a 6x6 post that it's anchored to, but no, is it anchored to the ground? No.
what's the purpose of the egress window?
The egress window was put in when I bought the house. There's a finished basement down there, and prior to getting a permit for that, I needed to put that egress window there.
So you did get a permit for that, for the...
Many years ago, it was, yes,
And the egress window.
correct.
So there's no, is there other access to the basement, like an
There's
outside entrance or
There's an
something?
outside entrance to,
There
yes,
is an outside entrance
Which is
and
permitted.
an egress window.
correct.
Okay. How many sheds? Is there an overhead? Is there one or two sheds on the property?
Well, the other shed that I have pictures of it, it's basically, I just did it for a garage. Garbage cans, just like you would Rubbermaid. That's what it's for. I can show you pictures of it, if you like.
That's the one on this side of, what is that street there, 11th? Yeah, okay. Oh, I see, okay. Right. I see it. Okay, thank you. Quite a bit of driveway also. That was all there when you bought the house?
No, I added the driveway. There was one single drive, no, there was actually, no, I replaced it. That was there when I bought the house.
That small cutout, you replaced that piece
Yes.
in the front? Okay, so there's no basement apartment or anything
No.
like that? It's just a finished basement for your own personal use?
Exactly. I have an accessory apartment that I have a permit for,
Oh, you do have? an
Yes.
accessory apartment.
on the top floor.
And you have enough parking for the accessory apartment?
Correct.
Okay, great. And the reason why you're here tonight is
Just to get this squared away.
is there any kind of complaints?
Oh, no, I'm staying. No, I'm not selling the house.
You initiate this?
It's, what initiated was I was supposed to put an extension on the house. There was an open building permit. And I got the permit, and then it said I needed to get a permit for the shed, the portico, and the garage, and the
So you're going to
detached.
continue, you're going to go forward with the
No.
extension?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not going forward.
So by submitting plans for the extension, it initiated this
Correct.
application here?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. So if we were to approve this application, would you agree to, if the shed was ever in disrepair or needed to be moved, you rebuild it in a conforming location?
Yes.
Okay. And the egress window will always be maintained
Maintained.
with landscaping and?
That's an old picture. It's all grown. It's
Okay,
all
yeah, I was there- I
maintained.
was there today. The property looks really nice.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Okay, no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, they're on them.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion on application 23-138, to approve this application with the condition that if the shed is ever to be rebuilt or replaced, it's rebuilt in a conforming location, and that the egress window will maintain landscape screening.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Next application is application 23-154, property located on Shore Drive in Copeg, Shore Drive South in Copeg.
Anybody here?
Somebody pick that up or no? Still here? All right, we're going to skip that one. Next application is application 23-140 of Josu Sophia and Carlos Garcia, property located in Wyandanch. Name and address for the record.
Good evening, Christina Bravin, Morano Expediting, 2938 Hempstead Turnpike, Levittown, New York, agent for the applicant.
Are you here, were you here for that application that nobody's here for?
Yeah, it's our neighbor, that's all.
Okay, only because, we're going to call it at the end again, so it's up.
Come, I can get him here?
If you can get him here before we're done,
Okay,
all right?
thank you.
Thank you. Good neighbor. Oh, do you have the affidavit of posting?
Yeah, we submitted everything to the office. I might have a copy with me, though. I do have a copy, if you want to. Sure.
Okay. For the record, we have a Planning Division memo dated September 21st, 2023, Environmental Control memo dated September 26, 2023. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. A survey by Meets and Bounds Surveying dated November 16, 2022. Tax map acting as an area map, and
Chairman, we have 12 photographs and a site plan by Louis Schwartz dated April 12, 2023.
okay. Would you like to tell us about the application?
Okay, we're here this evening requesting permission to reduce the front yard setback from 30 feet to 25.5 feet, reduce the minimum side yard setback from 12 feet to 9.2 feet, and increase the number of curb cuts from 1 to 2, and that's all in connection with proposed fire repair and a second-story addition. In October of 2022, the house incurred damage from an electrical fire on the first floor, which is the only livable space. Home was built in 1934 or even prior to that, but at least 1934. It's a very small first floor that functions with 2 bedrooms, and the upstairs is just, as you can see from the photo there and the photos in your packet, 6-foot ceiling height in the center, not usable space at all. So due to the fire damage, they're living off-site, and they were hoping to take advantage of potentially expanding the home, putting the 2 bedrooms that are downstairs upstairs, and then just maintaining this as a 2-bedroom home, and just reworking the downstairs living space a little bit during the repair process. But again, it'll just, again, be maintained with 2 bedrooms. And the side yards that we are requesting is existing with the home. So the proposal is to stay within the footprint for that second-story addition. So we're not asking for any more than the house has already been holding since the 1930s. In regards to the curb cut, again, as you can see from the photos, they bought this house in 2002, and so for 20 years, they've been using these gravel/dirt driveway areas. They have not touched them or changed them in any way, shape, or form. It's just because of the proposed addition that this came to light, that they were in violation of having these two said driveways. They do have 2 to 3 cars on site at all times, which provides them with all the off-street parking that's necessary. And if you take a look at the area, some of the photos that we've submitted from other sides of the street, they have identical types of these gravel driveways. There are no curbs or curb cuts on the street at all. So it's not something that they did, it's just something that has been existing for 20 years. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
So, is the new proposal, is that this going to be multi-family or?
Nope, the Garcias
Accessory
reside
apartment?
here with their daughter, and so they just want to have their bedrooms upstairs, parents and daughter upstairs. No, there's no apartments, there's no room, it's tiny. They could barely live there.
The floor plans show a bedroom on the first floor and then, it's only one bedroom.
Oh, yes, I apologize. They're maintaining it as a 2-bedroom, but it's going to be the one master would be upstairs, yes.
And what's going to be in the basement?
What's what? I'm sorry.
What is going to be in the basement? What's the plans for the basement?
There are no plans for the basement that I am aware of. They're maintaining it the way that it is.
And so and nothing's down there right now, it's just a big,
Unfinished and just
Oh,
storage.
yeah,
Basically
unfinished.
raw storage.
Yes, yes.
so the north side yard is 9.2 is an existing condition. Is this the result of the proposed addition, or is that how it is now?
That's the existing footprint of the home, so they'll go straight up
Okay.
and maintain the same side yard.
I think that's, yeah, probably from our, our thing is the 2 curb cuts here, which I understand they're not really curb cuts, but can one of those be eliminated?
So there's really no room to park, and I don't know precisely what they would have to, what expense they'd have to incur to remove this driveway, even though, again, it's just dirt and gravel that's been there. So what would that entail? Planting or
Yeah, plant.
grading of the property? I don't know that they could,
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the one, the smaller one where the truck is right now, I mean,
It's just ripping up 2 strips of concrete and just planting and then leave the other driveway.
the other driveway seems like, you would have room to park there. It seems like there's room for a 3rd car, actually, the truck or whatever.
so the north side, I guess you would call it, the northeast, the east side of the property. We would eliminate that. Oh, that's the north. Apologize.
Side with the truck.
It's the north, with the side with the truck, yeah. Just want to make sure I mark it
House is a
down on the
little
plan to
skewed
make
here.
sure.
You got this north and,
It's like a sideways plan over here. They have it backwards. Okay. So I mean, they would consider that if it's not a major cost for them. Could they just seed it basically and?
so you can get back to us. We'll obviously hold the record open and get back to us with the,
I mean, I don't want to postpone it. I mean, I just want to know what the requirement would
It's
be.
not going to postpone it. I mean, just to get back to us, we'll hold it for a week and, you can get back to us.
Okay.
All right?
Have to be removed off the plans, and then from there, it would have to be seeded, planted, they can't park there, front yard then.
Okay, so plans definitely have to be submitted within okay.
We're going to eliminate the smaller driveway and
Keep the wider one.
keep the wider one, which is big enough for 3 cars according to this picture.
What it looks like, yeah.
Okay. Okay, I mean, that's
All right.
reasonable.
Okay.
We'll agree to that. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. Okay, so we're going to close the hearing, reserve decision, keep the record open for plans showing that you're going to remove the 2nd driveway, and as soon as we get all of that, we'll make our decision.
Understood. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right. Next application is application 23-153. Property is located in Wheatley Heights on Nottingham Drive. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. Haru Mulchandani, and it's 19 Nottingham Drive, Wheatley Heights.
Okay. And is the gentleman going to speak, or?
No, she's going to speak. I'm giving her moral support.
We know the feeling.
Why? Let her do the work.
Do you-
Why change now?
Do you affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
Okay. For the record, we have a Planning Division memo dated September 21st, 2023. Environmental Control memo dated September 26, 2023. A survey by...
PEB Design Group?
Oh, yeah. PEB Design Group and Company dated March 4th, 2023. Tax map acting as an area map, and
Chairman, we have 6 photographs of the site plan by John F. Capobianco. I don't see a date.
okay, what would you like to tell us about the application?
So we put an application in to get in variance to be able to put an extension on the back of our house to increase the kitchen and the living room space. And then also on the second story to increase our master bathroom and closet space. So it's a 10-foot extension to the back of the house across the first floor, and then across the first floor, and then on the second floor, it's just the master bedroom area that's
So this is directly on the back of the house, like where the decks are now? And
so the decks are all going to go.
Go.
They're getting all ripped out, and yes, you're exactly right. It's directly back of the house being pushed
hot
out.
tub's going too?
I'm sorry?
The hot tub's going too?
Yes. I think it's been a long time since it's seen any use. But yeah, the hot tub, the deck is going to go so that we can get some more space in the kitchen and the living room area.
So we have a question from the plans. There's a sink in the family room?
Yeah, so I saw that email yesterday and didn't even realize that that was there. It's actually, that upstairs area is like a exercise and yoga space. It's not really a family room. We've had a sink in there forever. That nook is just being used as a storage area right now. When my parents were with us back in the mid-90s, it was convenient to have like hot and cold water and to be able to have some tea, but so that they didn't have to go up and down the stairs when they got up in the morning. So that's the use for it back then. We haven't used it in the last 20-plus years. I don't know, what would you recommend? Open to recommendation there. Yes, I'm actually thinking that, because I didn't give that nook any thought, because we were talking about this extension. But yeah, I mean, I think it makes more sense for me to remove it and actually use it. And we were thinking we can use it as a little prayer nook or something like that.
Right, if it's not particularly used right now because...
No, we dump empty bags, luggage bags in that corner. I actually brought a picture to show you if you'd like to see.
Typically, we classify having an accessory apartment or a second unit is by the kitchen sink. So when we see a sink on the second floor, we would require accessory apartment permit if you want to maintain it.
No, the door there, like, So that portion, that extension was done in 92 because my mother and my father were living with us. So, like I said, they've since passed for quite some time now, and so we're closing off
There's no
that
need.
doorway, and that's used just as a guest room on the other end. So it was just kind of, probably didn't even give that corner a thought, because it's really like shove things in a corner. So, yeah, we could just,
Okay, so you'll remove it.
yeah, it's,
We'll
Hasn't
probably
given
make it a
any
prayer
use.
room. I told her that's a good idea to do. She's always wanted a prayer room.
So then we would recommend a condition, if the board chooses to approve it, that second kitchen has to be removed.
Yeah.
yeah, that's not
Yeah,
a
that's
problem.
fine.
I mean,
There's a gazebo back there also?
there is a gazebo back there, yes.
That's staying?
So the gazebo it's there since 84.
87.
87. And
But you weren't going to talk.
I bought it from Caulfield.
okay, now
Back
you're
to the-
talking more than necessary. But, I think it's just a matter of time when it's going to say goodbye, but it breaks my heart to say goodbye sooner than it does on its own, if that makes any sense. I
Well,
mean,
you
it's
said
been
you're
there
gonna have
since my kids
some
grew up.
accessory buildings are going to be removed. I just want to
Yes,
clarify what's
so,
coming and what
so
isn't.
there's a portable bridge that's coming out. There is a shed there's a wooden
Do you
shed.
have a name for this park?
It almost looks like a park.
And there was a platform that's already out. It's taken apart and out already. So a shed, and there's a storage shed that during the pandemic, we put there with the intent that we wanted to do an expansion and start, moving things for storage there during the expansion. So after getting the approval and getting the extension done, then we would put stuff back and tear that out. It's something we pretty much, it's one of those vinyl kind of put together things.
There's two vinyl sheds and a wood bridge, and those
So-
two vinyl sheds going to be removed, and the wood bridge, just to get some ideas of what structures are going to be removed.
Yes, so somehow there's an error there. One of those sheds is not vinyl, it's wood, and that's coming out. The one vinyl shed, I would like to move, I was told it's on the property line. I'd like to move it to be able to conform within the property line.
Okay.
And the gazebo, I think, I'm okay with taking it down. It's just a matter of time, it's going to go
I want
down.
to verify, but now I'm looking at this plan here. You have marked on here 2 gazebos. One by
Well,
the swimming.
there's one on the patio, which is going to remain, which filing a permit to retain.
And the one in the rear is coming down?
Is the one that's the
eventually?
really old one, it's wooden and yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions
Complicated,
from the
confusing.
board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? The record, there are none? You guys think? Yeah, an addition about the sink, okay. I'll make a motion to approve application 23-153 with a condition on the face of the CO that the sink will be removed in the, second floor. Okay. Shed. Okay, so you're gonna remove one of those sheds, right?
Correct,
Okay. And the wood bridge.
correct.
Okay.
And the wood platform,
And
a lot of the wood. And the deck.
Second. All in favor? Good luck.
thank you so
I
much.
thank you very much. So it's conditional, I understand you also need a revised
Just to show that that's
architect
coming.
plan to show that it's coming out.
Right?
Get the decision from the zoning board in the mail.
Uh-huh,
It gets sent down to the building department. They're gonna need revised plans and
okay. Perfect. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you, all the board members. Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
No, he's not allowed to talk now either. Okay, where are we? Next application is application 23-152 of Francis E. and Pat Patricia Ellis, property located in North Babylon. West Babylon. Yeah, we're giving it to him. Name and address for the record.
Pat Ellis, 625 Morrison Street, Babylon, New York, 11702.
Okay, sir.
And France.
Francis Ellis.
And same address?
Yes, same address.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you both affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
For the record, we have a Planning Division memo dated September 21st, 2023, environmental control memo dated September 26, 2023. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. Suffolk County Planning memo dated September 14, 2023, decision of local determination, take no position for or against. A survey by John Ambroso, dated June 23rd, 2023. I guess this is a plan. You guys are installing a pool?
Well, we have a old concrete pool right now, so he used to patch it up every year and paint it, but he's not well now. So I want to demolish that and install a new, same size, 14 by 30.
Okay. And tax map acting as an area map and?
Chairman, we have 6 photographs in the site plan by Andrew S. Brum, dated July 12, 2023.
Okay. What would you like to tell us about the plan? About the application?
Yeah, it's an old concrete pool, as I said, and I want to take it out and install a new pool, but I have a shed that I bought last year to store my Christmas decorations, and I didn't know that would be a problem. And I want to put paving stones just around the pool and a section of the backyard.
Okay. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Shepherd.
Okay, how are you?
I'm okay.
Have you been able to look at the planning memo?
Yeah.
You see that, is there any way that we can cut back the patio from off the property line on both sides? There's a little bit of concrete there that you have, it's right up against the
Yeah,
fence.
I can get there. It's just a little.
I can
by the
see it,
side
I can
door.
see it, yeah, I
Right.
see it by
I
there.
can take it
2
out.
feet, it's about 6 inches now. If you could bring it in 2 feet.
Yeah.
And on the other side, if you could bring it in 2 feet.
Well, the other side, when he bought the house, that comes from the garage right out. So I don't think he could take off any of that. When he bought the house, it was like that. It's one set of concrete leading from the garage right out to the side of the house.
That's correct.
So from the fence line,
From the fence right straight across. It's not concrete he put. When he bought the house, it was there. It's part of the garage, comes right out.
I thought it was behind the fence line, but I don't see any on any of these pictures. So the garage is where the shed is, right?
Yes.
So you can eliminate the concrete there, or you can't?
I don't think so, because if I try to take away the concrete, it probably would damage the flooring of the garage, because it's on one level. It comes from the garage right out.
I see that. All I'm asking you to do is just cut it, straight line, off the fence line.
Off
Come
the
in-
fence?
Come in 2 feet.
Okay.
And on the other side of the house, you have the same
I
condition.
can take up that other piece. He just did that last year.
Can you
I
bring
guess
that
he
in too?
wanted something to do, and he went to there and put concrete at the side.
Well, I live right around the block, so why don't you stop over anytime you get time. I got plenty for you to do.
So that piece of concrete to that side, I can always
On the other
move
side
that.
of the house, on the
Yes.
west side, we come in 2 feet off of that?
I can take up that completely because I was quarreling with him when he put it down anyhow.
I don't want to start an argument between the two of you. I have no further questions, Mr. You agree to do that? You agree to take it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
So we can do,
Yeah, did she say remove the shed?
can you move, can the shed be moved?
Yeah, I bought it from Ace Hardware and put it up in December. I can take it down. It's just that I had nowhere to put my Christmas decorations because I'm a Christmas freak, so I just bought it to put.
You don't have to take it down, just move it
move
2
it.
feet off.
Yeah, I can move it closer to
Yeah,
the
if it's
garage.
just a simple shed, just
Yeah,
move
I
it
can,
over a
I
little.
can bring it across.
Okay. Right,
2, 4.
so you can delete 2, 3, and 4, I guess.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion on application 23-152 to eliminate variance requests 2, 3, and 4. Do you want me to read them?
Second.
All in favor?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve application 23-152 with the condition that the shed be put in a conforming location and the patios be cut back 2 feet on either side, on both sides.
And the lot coverage to be recalculated with that 100.
You're gonna need to, yeah.
Which we can write that on to that condition.
We'll have the lot coverage recalculated with minus 150 square feet that you're gonna remove.
Okay, so I'm gonna take up the little one he put down to the side and then cut that other one, the other side, 2 feet, right? And bring around the shade.
That's, yep,
Okay,
2 feet for everything.
okay,
all right?
okay.
My motion, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, we did. All in favor? Aye. Oh, would anybody like to be heard on this application? I'm sorry.
So I have to wait until you give me word or I send
You'll get the
some,
decision in the mail,
okay,
okay?
before I can start on the
But
pool.
you can't finalize your plans until you take care of that because you're gonna need to.
Right, and when I take care
Because
of-
we eliminated those variances, you have to conform to that then.
And when I take off that, how do I send the information to you? Take pictures or whatever, or inspector would come or what?
You'll get the decision in the mail, and then you'll get the building permit, it will get reviewed for the building permit, and then you could show that it's being cut back.
Okay,
So if you want to show it on the plot plan or whatever, and then you'll take it from there.
okay. So I can take some photos and stuff and, okay, and I can't start the pool until you send me the decision in the mail?
You need the building permit before you can.
Right, right. Okay.
All right?
Zoning board decision first,
Uh-huh,
and it will get sent down to the building department for review for the
uh-huh.
building permit.
Okay,
So you can't start any work until you get that.
okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Guess nothing. Who's this lady?
Is she here for number 4?
She's number 4? Oh, okay. Application 23-154, property located on Shore Drive.
Yes, I'm actually here on behalf of my son-in-law and daughter. It's not my house.
Okay. Name and address for the record, please.
48 Shore Drive South, Copeg, New York.
And name.
It's under Priya Bajpai, Darshan.
What's your name?
Deborah Verizar.
Okay, and you are expediter?
Well, I'm actually the mother of my daughter.
Okay.
But she has an autistic child, so she couldn't be here, and he's a doctor, and he's at work still. So they named me as the official expediter. Verizar, V as in Victor, E-R-Y, Z as in Zebra, E-R. 29 Lowell Road, Sable, New York, 11782.
All right, for the record, we have a planning division memo dated September 21st, 2023. Prior approval from this board, application 21061, based upon the plan submitted and considered by the board. Sheds are removed and replaced in a conforming location. Said location is certificate of occupancy. Okay. Environmental control memo dated September 26, 2023. Should be aware that part of this site is in the title wetlands and you may need a permit. Suffolk County Planning Memo dated September 14, 2023, decision of local determination, take no position for or against. A survey by Michael Scalise dated August 6, 2020. This same survey showing,
There should be an updated
yes,
one
where the
recent.
pool's gonna be, looks like. Yeah. Tax map acting as an area map, and
Chairman, there's 5 photographs and a drainage plan by HM Engineering dated March 3rd, 2023.
would you like to tell us about the application?
Yes. She would like to demolish this pool and make a little larger pool and with a little spa area. She has an autistic child, and they recommended it would be good for that child. And there only is one shed left right now. The other one was taken down. I know on this it says there's 2 sheds, but one was already removed. It should be on the survey that it was removed, on the most recent survey. The smallest shed is there. The larger one was from my stepdaughter's mom who passed away, her stuff, but we put it in storage, and so it's not going to be going back up again. Just a small one that's already been there, that was there. We don't need the big one at all. Everything that was there went into regular storage facility.
I'll turn the hearing over to Mr. Delafecchia.
You guys, are there any drainage problems now with the pool that's there?
None at all.
Any water runoff to the other
None at
neighbors,
all,
et cetera?
Nothing, no
Okay.
problems.
Would you guys be able to move that smaller shed 2 feet off the property line?
We already moved it, and I think they said it needs to be 4 inches more. I don't know, it's like, it
It's
was
at-
already moved.
It's at 1.5 feet, it needs to be 2 feet.
Okay, try.
Yeah, so 6 inches, just a little push.
6 inches more?
Yeah.
We'll certainly try. If not, we'll just get a smaller one. It's old anyway, so,
Yeah, so as long as it's 2 feet off the property line, you're
Okay.
good.
okay,
With
no
under
problem.
100 square feet.
Just writing that down, okay.
Yeah. I have no further.
Yes.
Katie?
So you're saying the bigger, the 115 square foot shed that they previously approved has been removed?
The newest shed, there's a little, I don't know exactly which one. There was one here and then one here. So this one here is gone. I don't know if you could see it on the map. Does that help? The one you first entered the backyard is still there. That was the original one that was there. That's still there.
Neighbors here.
I have no further questions.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. So we're going to close the hearing, reserve decision, and we're going to keep the record open for 1 week, and we're going to recalculate the area coverage, lot coverage. You'll get the decision in the mail.
Okay, thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
So I should move this shed in the meantime, yes, no?
Say that again, I'm
Move
sorry.
this other shed off the property for now?
Yes,
Okay,
because that's going to be part of it. You're going to have to move that to get
okay,
your
we'll do that
CO.
right away, okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Cool.
sir.
Thank you. Wait here. So that ends the live streaming portion of our meeting. We are going to continue on with the rest of our